again we'll be resuming to mesh analysis. The reason behind it, we'll be having a variety of mesh analysis with respect to networks. So let's have a look. What is the difference in sum number 4 compared to earlier 3 sums which we have done it? So let's observe. In this circuit, if you observe it carefully, the first difference is that you'll observe there are 3 smaller loops. Second difference, when I say if I need to find currents, I need to apply KVL. When I say KVL, the first thing that strikes your mind, that is your sum of all voltages is equal to 0. That says everything should be voltage. So let's have a look. Is it or not? So if you observe in this is already a voltage. This will be a voltage by Ohm's law because V is equal to IR. That's your R, that's your current. I into R, that's your voltage. Again this, it's your voltage. Again this will be a voltage. I into R. That means you can apply KVL over here. That's good. Let's apply for next case. This again will be a voltage. I into R. It's already a voltage. I into R. Voltage. I into R. Very nice. Again you can apply KVL over here. Let's see for the third case. I into R. I into R, right? But this is only I. So can you apply KVL over here? So that's the punchline for the sum. When you can't apply KVL, that means the current is already given to you. Because you apply KVL to find current. When you cannot apply it, so that itself says your current is given to you. So that means your I3 is already given to you. You don't need to find I3. So if you observe it carefully, your direction of I3 and 1 amperes is same or different. Oh, but obvious it is different. When I say the direction is different, the sign will be negative. When it is same, it will be positive. So let's write, starting from I3, the value for I3 will be -1 amperes. So this itself says your sum looks to be 3 mesh, looks to be 3 equation, but it is not. Because in third unknown, you're getting the value directly. So ultimately, your sum is similar to first, second, third, which we did it. The only difference was in third loop, you cannot apply KVL because you already had a current source. So now you have only 2 unknowns. So basic mathematics says number of unknowns should be equal to number of equations. So 2 unknowns, 2 equations. So let's solve it. So let's start with the applying KVL in mesh 1. So you'll be writing applying KVL in mesh 1. We get in mesh 1, how many resistors can you see? Right? 2. Add them. So the answer is also 2. Which current is flowing in mesh 1? I1. Good. Next, what sign convention you need to take for I1? Rule says if you are applying KVL for mesh 1 current is I1, take it positive. So your equation will be plus 2I1. Next, how many resistors are you having? You said 2. Just check whether in these 2 resistors except I1, any other current is flowing. You will say yes. Which? I2 is flowing, and I1 now. So apart from I1, any other current flowing in mesh 1 will be treated as negative. This will be -1 I2 equal to. When I say equal to, the only thing you need to write after equal to is your voltage. That can be either independent or dependent. Doesn't matter to us. So you have to write all the voltage sources. So let's observe how many voltage sources you have in mesh 1. So just observe it carefully. You'll say 2. Good. One is independent. One is dependent because it will vary as the value IY will. So just write the equation for it. I1 enters into negative. This will be 5. I1 enters into positive. This will be -1 I1. That's the equation you observe. You got it after solving mesh 1. But logic says if I need to solve it further, I need to get the equation in terms of unknowns. My unknowns are I1, I2, that's it. So I need to get this equation in terms of I1, I2. So that itself says to me, my IY should be converted into I1 or I2 or combination of I1, either of this. So let's see, I1, I1 is equal to which term? I1, I2 or combination of I1, I2. So if I observe my IY, it is over here. IY is placed in such a manner that in this branch, even I2 flows, even I3 flows. So I cannot say IY is equal to I2 or equal to I3. It is a combination of I2 and I3. So how to write this equation? So IY equal, check the direction. When I see the direction of IY and I2, I observe both the directions are similar. Even IY is flowing in this manner, even I2 is flowing in this manner. Same direction, so treat as positive. Now observe direction for IY and I3. When I observe direction of I3 is flowing in this direction. So I3 and IY direction are opposite. Directions are opposite, treat that term as negative. So you'll be getting minus I2. So whenever you'll be getting IY, you'll be putting I2 minus I2. So put the value, this value in the above equation, you'll be getting it 2I1 minus 1I2 equal to 5 minus 1 bracket I2 minus I3. Simplify it, because rule says your LHS should have all the variable, RHS should be only constant. Just simplify it with respect to that logic. 2I1 minus 1I2 equal to 5 minus 1I2 plus I3. Shift all the term over there. 2I1 minus I2 plus I2 minus I3 equal to 5. It cancels. So equation you'll be getting 2I1 plus 0I2. Write it as 0 because while putting values it will help you. Don't neglect it, even if it is getting cancelled. So the equation will be getting A, that's our first equation. But as you said, instead of having 3 unknowns, you have already got the value for I3. So can you treat it as equation number 1? No, you cannot. So you can simplify it much further. Simplify it while putting the value for I3. So already you have got the value for I3. I3 value is minus 1 ampere. So put the value of I3, you will get minus 2I1. This will be 0I2. This will be minus of minus 1. This will be 5. So 2I1 will be equal to 5 minus 1. So 2I1 will be equal to 4. So I1 will be equal to 2 amperes. Don't forget to write the unit. So till time you got value for I1, you got value for I3. The only thing remaining is I2. So let's solve applying KVL in mesh 2. So your logic will be applying KVL in mesh 2. We get in mesh 2, let's observe the circuit carefully. It will help you. In mesh 2, if I observe question number 1, how many resistors can you see? You'll say 3. Very nice. 1, 2 and 3. Add them and the answer is also 3. Which current is flowing in mesh 2? You'll say I2. Very nice. Third question. What should be the sign convention for I2? Rule says if you're applying KVL in mesh 2, your sign convention should be positive for that current. Apart from that current, any other current you should treat as negative. So the logic will be, you'll be writing plus 3I2. So let's do it with this case for this circuit, right? In this 3 resistance, apart from I2, which other current is flowing? Just observe it carefully. You will say I1 is flowing in 1 ohm, so treat as negative 1 I2. You will say I3 is flowing 1 ohm, so you need to treat as negative 1 I2. Any other current? No, so write equal. Next logic. What is the number of voltages in mesh 2? You will say there are 2 voltages. Write it. I2 is entering into negative, so treat as positive. This will be 1 I1. I2 is entering into positive, treat as negative. This will be 1 Ix. So till time we have got the equation for mesh 2. Let's convert this equation in terms of number of unknowns. If I say number of unknowns, that means I mean I1, I2 and I3. So let's convert it. If I need to convert it, I need to convert I1 and Ix, which I've already find out. The relation of I1, I2 and I3 in terms of I1 and Ix is already done. So just replace that with that variable. So you'll be getting it Iy minus I1 plus 3I2 minus 1I3 equal to 1 bar I1. As it is Iy, it will be I2 minus I3 minus 1. Again Ix, same thing, replace it by Ix. When I say about Ix, I need to find the relation for Ix. So just observe the circuit carefully. Ix and Iy flows in the same direction. If it is the same direction, the sign which I need to treat is positive. So wherever I'll be getting Ix, I need to write as I1. So everything is in terms of I1, I2, I3. So shift all the variables on LHS side. Only the constant term should be on RHS side. So shift it. So you'll be getting minus I1 plus 3I2 minus I3 equal to 1I2 minus I3 minus 1. Shift it over there. So you'll be getting this will automatically will be getting cancelled. Same term as it is. So the term you'll be getting it 3I2 minus I2 equal to 0. This will be 2I2 equal to 0. This will be I2 equal to 0 amps. That's it. So the question was find the currents. When I say about current, I mean by Ix and Iy. I don't mean by I1, I2 and I3, because the question says find the value for Ix and Iy. Till time we have only found out the value for I1, I2 and I3. So let's find out the current for Ix and Iy. So Ix is equal to I1. So put the value of I1 over here. You'll get the value for Ix will be dash. And when I say about I1, my dear friends, Iy is equal to I2 minus I3. Put the value of I2 and I3. You'll get the value for Iy. Just simplify with your scientific calculators, you'll get the value for Iy. So that's it. So this is your sum number 4, which we have seen. It has a combination for few loops which could be solved by using KVL, and one other loop in which KVL wasn't required, because in that case a current source was given to it. Because we use KVL to find current, when a current source was already given to it, we don't need to apply KVL, because KVL is only applied to find current. So that's the logic for it. That was a basic difference in earlier 3 sums which we did and this sum. So thank you so much. Let's have a variety of sums for mesh analysis in next lecture for it. Thank you so much guys. Thank you.